Your money is safe, but it is not alive. Those were the first words the old gardener said to Haru. The young man felt offended. For years, he had done exactly what everyone told him to do. He worked hard, spent little, and saved every coin he could. He did not buy new clothes. He did not travel. He rarely ate at restaurants. While his friends enjoyed themselves, Haru thought only about the future. Every night before going to sleep, he opened a small wooden box hidden inside his closet and counted his savings. Watching the amount grow made him feel safe. But there was a problem. Even after years of saving, his life had barely changed. He still had the same job. He still lived in the same small room. He still worried whenever an unexpected expense appeared. The money inside the box grew slowly, but the prices around him seemed to rise even faster. The more Haru saved, the more he realized that the freedom he wanted was still far away. One day, an unexpected bill arrived. Haru was forced to take money from his savings. In only a few minutes, months of effort disappeared. That night, he stared at the nearly empty box and felt deeply frustrated. What is the point of saving, he thought, if one problem can send me back to the beginning? The next morning, while walking to work, Haru decided to take a shortcut through an old Japanese garden in the center of the city. It was a quiet place surrounded by trees, small wooden bridges, stone paths, and gently flowing water. Near a pond, Haru saw an elderly man removing dry leaves from the surface. His name was Mr. Sato. He had cared for the garden for more than 40 years. Haru sat on a bench and began counting a few coins he still carried in his pocket. The gardener watched him for a moment. Then he asked, "Why do you look at those coins as if they could disappear?" Haru took a deep breath. "Because they always disappear. I work, I save, and I put money aside. But whenever a problem appears, I have to spend everything again." The old man placed his gardening tool on the ground. "And what did you expect those coins to do?" Haru found the question strange. "I expected them to make me feel secure." Mr. Sato looked toward the pond. "Come with me." The two walked toward a large stone reservoir where rainwater was stored. It was almost full. Mr. Sato pointed at it and asked, "What would happen to this garden if there were no rain for several weeks?" "The plants would die," Haru answered. "Exactly. That is why we save part of the water. It protects the garden during difficult seasons." Haru smiled slightly. "Then I was right. Saving is the most important thing." Mr. Sato did not answer. Instead, he opened a small gate. Water began flowing out of the reservoir and into narrow channels built between the stones. Slowly, the water reached the trees, flowers, and small plants throughout the garden. The old man asked, "What would happen if I never opened this gate?" Haru watched the water flowing. The reservoir would remain full, but the plants would die. Mr. Sato nodded. Stored water protects the garden, but only moving water can nourish it. Haru became silent. The gardener continued walking until they reached a small wooden water wheel. Water passed beneath it, making the wheel turn slowly. Its movement helped carry water toward a higher part of the garden. Mr. Sato placed one hand on the wooden wheel. "Now look carefully. This water is not only being stored, it is not only feeding the plants, it is also doing work." Haru finally began to understand. The old man pointed toward the coins in Haru's hand. "Your money can serve 3 purposes. It can protect you, it can develop you, and it can work for you." "But I always believed saving money was the path to freedom," Haru said. "Saving is part of the path. The mistake is confusing the first step with the destination." Mr. Sato picked up 3 small stones and placed them beside one another. The first stone represents protection. This is the money you keep available for emergencies. Without it, one unexpected problem can knock you down. Then he touched the second stone. This one represents development. It is money used to learn new skills, buy useful tools, or increase your ability to create value. Finally, he pointed to the third stone. And this one represents growth. It is money placed into systems that can continue producing results over time. Haru looked back at the turning water wheel. "Then should I invest all the money I have saved?" The gardener's expression became serious. Do not make one mistake while trying to correct another. Mr. Sato pointed toward the reservoir. If I release all the water today, what will happen if a drought begins tomorrow? We will have nothing left. Exactly. Courage without protection is recklessness. Protection without movement is stagnation. Wisdom is found in balance. That night, Haru returned home thinking about the 3 stones. For the first time, he realized that he did not have a financial plan. He only had a habit. Saving money made him feel responsible, but he had never decided what that money was supposed to build. The next day, Haru divided his savings. He kept the largest part available for emergencies. With a small portion, he enrolled in a course that would teach him a more valuable professional skill. With an even smaller portion, he began building a long-term investment. No miracle happened. During the first few months, his life looked exactly the same. Haru still woke up early. He still had to control his spending. He still felt afraid when he thought about the future. More than once, he considered giving up. But whenever he passed through the garden, he looked at the reservoir, the channels, and the waterwheel. They reminded him that a system needs time before it begins producing meaningful results. After several months, Haru's new skill allowed him to take on more important responsibilities at work. Later, he received a raise. Instead of immediately increasing his lifestyle, he directed part of the additional income toward his emergency fund and another part toward his investments. His transformation did not come from one enormous risk. It came from small decisions repeated for long enough. A few years later, Haru no longer depended only on the salary he received each month. His emergency fund protected him. His skills helped his income grow, and his investments continued progressing slowly, even when he was not directly working on them. One day, Haru returned to the garden and found Mr. Sato sitting beside the wooden water wheel. "Do you feel safe now?" the gardener asked. Haru thought for a moment. "Yes, but not only because I have money saved." "Then why?" "Because I built a system. If something goes wrong, I have a reserve. If I need to earn more, I have valuable skills. And part of my money continues growing while I work." Mr. Sato smiled. "Then you finally understand." The old man picked up a leaf that had fallen into the water. "A careless person may spend everything they earn. A cautious person may save everything they can. But a wise person gives every part of their money a purpose." Haru watched the water wheel continue turning. At that moment, he understood that wealth was not simply the amount of money stored inside a box. Wealth meant building something that would not disappear every time life presented a problem. It meant having protection without becoming paralyzed by fear. It meant investing in yourself before searching for shortcuts. And it meant allowing part of your money to create new results over time. Saving money is still important. Without an emergency fund, one unexpected event may force you into debt or cause you to abandon your plans. But saving is only the beginning. Ask yourself, what is your money doing right now? Is part of it protecting you? Is another part increasing your ability to earn? And is any part helping to build your future? Money that is saved can provide security. Money that is wisely directed can create opportunity. And money placed inside a good system can continue working for years. Do not release all the water at once, but do not allow it to remain still forever. Build your reservoir, open the channels, and when you are ready, make your water wheel begin to turn. Because the real lesson is not to stop saving. The real lesson is to give every coin a mission. And that was how Haru learned the lesson that changed his life. Don't just save money. Learn how to direct it, develop it, and make it grow. If this story helped you see money differently, subscribe to the channel. Here, every story carries a lesson that can help you build a wiser and more secure financial life.